Hello everyone, and today we're going to be showing the Atlan integration with ALTR for data classification. So what I have here is the setup for the ALTR workflow, and so what I've done is I've entered my ALTR API credentials, the key and secret. These are obviously held safe for the duration of the workflow. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to move on to the next step, which is going to be setting up the connection environment that the workflow is created. So I'm going to name it something like the Atlan ALTR demo here, and I'm going to add whatever connection admins I need to add. In this case I'll just add the ALTR group, and I'll move on to the final step, which is to set up the actual configuration for what data from ALTR I'm going to be bringing in. So quickly I'll jump over to the ALTR platform and show you our data classification offering here. So this is a classification that I've ran on one of my Snowflake databases, and as you can see there's a couple different classifiers here. There's an email address, a street address, and social security number. And as you can see across this whole database that I've scanned here, this database here, these are the columns that I was able to find for each classifier. So I have two different tables here with an email column, two different tables here with a street address, and three that might have an SSN or something related to SSN. And so what I'm going to do is I'm basically going to choose this data source here and this classification scan that we did, and I'm going to import that into my ALTR source as a tag. So I'm going to first choose the ALTR connection that I have where this same Snowflake database lives. I'm going to go ahead and choose the ALTR connection, meaning the actual ALTR database that's connected to ALTR. And so this is basically going to map the ALTR database to the Atlan connection to say, hey, for instance here, this Parker Test 1 sandbox is going to be inside this connection on Atlan. Now I'm going to choose for all of my classification jobs. These are the ones that I've ran here. I'll go down to the most recent one that I've ran today. And now basically what's going to happen is it's going to tag each column that is seen here in Atlan with a tag that is going to be named by these classifiers. So there'll be an email address tag with these two columns tagged, a street address tag with these two columns tagged, and a social security number with these three. So I'm going to go ahead and run the pre-flight check, which is just going to confirm that this connection exists in this and that this classification job exists, and then it's going to go ahead and run that workflow. So I'll cut the video real quick to when the workflow is finished completing. As we can see here, the workflow ended successfully. It created 3 different tags and tagged a couple different columns that we have in our database. Now if we go to the assets section and look at one of those tables that was present in the classification report, we can go ahead and see that we have 3 different tags for our email address, SSN, and address column. So just to reflect back on the classification report, so we're looking for the email column tagged with email address for the PII employees. Street address tags address, and US Social Security number will tag the SSN column. So as you can see, those values have been reflected in our classification report and now in our Atlan database. So now through one sync of the ALTR Atlan workflow, we can sync up classification data with our Atlan tags, ensuring that Atlan tags come from a trusted source of classification such as ALTR.